Colin Chapman worked as a stress engineer. He believed in a philosophy, which is to simplify and add lightness. He aimed to compete with the big boys while sticking true to his philosophy. His understanding of stress engineering produced the Mark III with a small engine and a lightweight chassis. The Mark VI Lotus was the first mass-produced and was sold in kit form with a tubular space frame chassis. In 1955, the Lotus Company was formed with Chapman along Mike and Frank Coston, the latter of which had a big impact on the car's look of the time. They broke the world speed record with the 11 that had a 1.1-liter engine. Lotus made the 7 with 4 series that went on to be an icon and are now still being produced under license by Caterham. The Elite was the world's first car to feature a fiberglass monocoque body, but was expensive to produce. In 1957, Lotus moved its factory to Chestnut where the Elan was made. They went back to a steel separate backbone chassis and sheet metal panels that were accidentally found to be strong and cheaper to produce. Rear mid-engines dominated in Formula 1, so it was a splendid idea to adapt that into road cars, the Europa. But it kinda looks like a mongrel. For a more mature audience, Lotus made the Giugiaro-designed Elite 75 with more feature comfort, but was too heavy and expensive. Chapman's dream of competing with supercars came to light when he made the Esprit. This Lotus had many iterations and upgrades, not to mention being featured as a Bond car. Resentfully, Chapman passed away in 1982, and the Esprit angular design was getting pretty old. Peter Stevens updated the looks of the Esprit. The new Elan was the first front-wheel drive Lotus, engine derived from Isuzu, and its plastic body shrunk. Nonetheless, it was a great handling front-wheel drive sports car. Under new ownership, the Elise was a huge shout-out for Lotus that took them back to their roots. The current automotive pioneer Tesla utilized the chassis of the Elise as basis for their first car. And so did Hennessy, the American-based car tuner. The Evora proved that comfort doesn't necessarily have to be compromised, and the modern-day Exige provides customizable driving modes without detracting from the driving experience. A Lotus owner prefers a car brand that focuses all its research and development on handling and body, but be wary if you want it detailed. It could be a bit of a faff working on fiberglass. It is true that Lotus has been shared and sold by many hands, but that's what happens when you put all your focus on one ideology and never change it. Lotus barely needs any advertising. Their Formula 1 winnings and identity do the advertising for them. Lotus is truly an unconventional and revolutionary name, and that's what Lotus